Hi, this is Amanda from Home Designs by Amanda, and today we're going to go ahead and make this very pretty sparkly card. We're going to use the Oh So Succulent stamp set here and the die set, which I have in here as well. So we're going to use these today to make this card, and it's also using a little bit of the designer series paper that goes with this set, with this suite. Actually, it's a whole suite. It's a really nice one in the occasions catalog, which is good until May 31st of this year. In here, in this catalog here, and it's on page 21, I believe, 20 and 21. It's a real nice suite. It's the succulent garden suite, and it's got some really pretty colors going. I love it. I like the mint macaron, old olive, tip top taupe, calypso coral, whisper white, and sweet sugar plum. So those are the colors they have in this, and it makes some very pretty projects. So, oops, let me get all of this stack out of the way here. So first, for our card here, I have most everything done except for the stuff we're going to stamp. So we have, it's a top fold card, so we have a piece of mint macaron cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and then scored at the 5 1/2 mark and ready to go. So there's our card base. And then we have a piece of designer series paper here, and this is cut at 5 1/2 by 3 inches. And then we have a piece of the glimmer paper. This one is the sweet sugar plum. And the glimmer paper comes in a pack like this for a 6 by 6, and it has, what are the colors here? Bermuda Bay, that would be the blue there. And then sweet sugar plum and mint macaron. So and here's our mint macaron. And then this pack, you are getting 4 sheets, because you get 12 sheets. You get 4 sheets of each color in this, and this is one of the celebration items that you can receive for a $50 order. So for every $50 you get to pick a celebration item, and that is one of them that you can pick. So this piece of sweet sugar plum we have cut at 3/4 of an inch. So it's not even an inch across, 3/4 of an inch, and then 5 1/2. Mine's not quite 5 1/2. I have not trimmed it yet. It's still at the 6. And so let's go ahead and put those down on our card. So I'm gonna cut. So we got that sweet sugar plum cut to the right size now, and the glimmer paper does leave off some glitter, so you just have to be careful of that. But I'm gonna use fast fuse on this one because I learned that it is a little heavier I just got it in my order, and I also learned that it's heavier, a little stronger than the snail adhesive, which I'm not sure I'm using it just right yet, but I'm getting there. I'm learning. It's a little stronger than the snail, and with the weight of all of the cardstock put together to make our flowers here on the front, I wanted to make sure I had a heavy adhesive holding the background on with. I just shifted everything here. So I am putting some of the glimmer paper slightly behind the designer series paper, so for some reason it's not sticking tonight. It sticked really well earlier when I was making the example card. Let's try this again. Let's put on another coat of this. Like that. And there is a learning curve. I've noticed that I had heard about, get this on the right way. I had heard about it before I got the fast fuse, and then I went and watched a couple more videos just to make sure I was doing it right. You have to flick it off to the side in order for it to to cut. Like, you have to, basically, it's like cutting it without using scissors kind of thing. Okay. So let's put a little bit more on here, and then we can put our background on. Okay. See, so mine just kind of shifts, and I'm not sure if I'm flicking it too hard, and that's why it's shifting, or what, but I'll figure it out. Okay. And if you don't like glitter everywhere, don't get glimmer paper. But it's so shiny and pretty, so I don't know why you'd want it. And I like the fact that it matches the colors of the Stampin' Up! Stuff, and that just makes it really neat. So we have that on there. And we'll go ahead, since we're here already, we can go ahead and put on our upper piece here for our sentiment piece. And that is just 1 inch wide by 4 1/4, so it goes all the way across. And you can put it about where you want it on here. I think I want it about there. And go ahead, fast release. Okay. Nope, see, I didn't get it quite right there. There we go. Get rid of that. Some stickies there. Okay. It's so sparkly. Shimmery here. Okay. Alright, so there's our main base sections done. So let's go to some of our stamping. So, for the middle parts of our flowers, we're going to use stamped images. So I'm going to take from the Oh So Succulent stamp set. I'm going to take this. It's more like the medium flower, because you got your large one here, and this is like medium. And then we have a couple of like small and extra small ones. So it's the medium set here, and you have a base part of the flower, and then you have like an outline, and so it's like it's a 2-step process. I have these going the same colors. So for this flower we use Tip Top Taupe, and then for this one Mint Macaron, and this one I use the Sweet Sugar Plum. So we'll go ahead for the first two where we need these medium-sized flowers. We're gonna use the Tip Top Taupe, and I have my Stampin' Pearson mat out. I actually remembered it since I'm using photopolymer stamps. Just helps get a crisper, better image, because you don't have the padding that you have if you were using clear mount or wood mount stamps. And then we should go ahead and put our outline on there in the same color, but amazingly the way it works, it is actually darker when you put it on than, even though it's the same color. It's pretty amazing. I was surprised. So this, you just have to take a little bit of time to line it up correctly. I find that's probably like the most difficult process here, and I'm not getting it right here. I think that's it there. And with the light, for some reason it's really glaring off of my acrylic block right now. I think that's it. So you try to get it just as close as possible, and that one was pretty good. Okay, so then I'm gonna do two, because I already know that my card's gonna do two, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the Mint Macaron one as well. And then what do I need? I need this stamp here in Mint Macaron, which I have in Stampin' Spot size. So alright, so go like that. There's that, and it really does make a difference having that Stampin' Pearson mat under photopolymer stamps. It's great. Okay, I just have to remember to use it all the time, because I don't always remember that. Okay, and then here we go with the same thing with the outline and lining it up. Let's see if I can do this a little quicker this time. Right here. Okay. I don't know if that one's quite as exact as the other one, but it's close. I don't mind it. And some of it might even get cut off with the framelit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on here, and I'm going to take it over to the machine and cut them both out. Okay, so we got those two cut out, and now we're going to do the smaller little rosette-y looking flower here for the one flower. And I need to find, here we go, here's my stamps. Put these ones back on real quick here. So we're going to use this outline one and then its base one there. And we're going to do that in Sweet Sugar Plum. And it makes it look very more rose-like than succulent-like, but that's okay. Pretty flower. Okay, there we go with that. And outline is a tad easier to figure out on this one, probably because it's smaller. But it's just a really cute look how it finishes it off and makes it really look defined as a flower. And now we have our pieces all die cut out. We can go ahead and start assembling our flowers. I'm going to put them right here for reference. And these are our top pieces. So our bottom pieces are going to be this one of, I guess I probably should go through that. I have here for 3 flowers, I have in the die set you have these 3 that are all the same. We have the medium sized in mint macaron and tip top taupe. So we're going to use those as our 2 bases, and then we have the smaller one of that as our other base, and that's in Sweet Sugar Plum. And then we also have another one of these Sweet Sugar Plums for our middle section here. And then for that we have a small one of the tip top taupe. And then on top of that, I went and I cut out this bigger, like, zigzaggy flower out of a sweet Sugar Plum, and that one's going to go on this one, and that's where our green one, our green small flower is going to go. And so we'll put those together in a minute. And then on our, I have that one out of the mint macaron. We're going to put that on our pink and put the tip top taupe flower on the top of there. And then on this smaller pink one, I have a mint macaron shiny one out of the, it's this bigger, more daisy shaped one. We're going to use that one for this. And then the next one's smaller out of tip top taupe. We're going to stagger these on there, and we have our little flower that I can't seem to get up. There we go. That goes on there. So with these, so that's all the pieces that we needed. You know, those all die cut out. And then as we assemble them, I'll just assemble one to show you what I did here. I used for this one I used fast fuse, so I just went through and fast fused them on. So that one's not too bad. Actually, the one I should show you is this one, because this one I ended up using glue dots glue spots, glue dots, whichever they are. So, because they're so, it's kind of smaller areas. So I use my, I don't have a piercing tool, so I just use my X-Acto knife to get these up. And I put a couple on this bigger flower, just because, you know, it is bigger. I want to make sure it stays on. Okay, oops, and that one came right out from underneath. There we go. And if some of it is like poking out from behind, that's okay, because these leaf areas here are going to be covered with the next flower layer. So I'm going to go ahead and put 3 on, especially since that one got kind of crinkly, all wrinkly and crinkly. Okay, pull that up real quick. Oops. Okay, here we go. And these are the ones that I got from a paper pumpkin. I believe that the other glue dots come more in a roll. I don't know, I haven't gotten any of those yet, but they come, from what I've seen of other people using them, they come more in a roll. So there's that, and then we're going to do the same thing with the Tip Top Taupe one. And there's our one flower there. And it sticks together pretty well. Real nice like that. Okay, and then, and I'm going to do this with all of them, but I'll show you on this one. I'm going to take, I took a Q-tip because I have, what I use for my sponge daubers, I use a eyeshadow brush. And that just seemed a little too big. Not to mention I don't have many of them that aren't already designated for a color. So I just took a Q-tip, everyday item, a Q-tip, and dabbed it into my ink, and then just kind of brushed it on the edges. That one got a little darker than I planned on for the other ones, and just kind of brushed the edges, because at first I wasn't going to do this at all, but then when I had it up against the designer series paper, I was like, I think it really did need it, and I like the way it turned out afterwards, although this one's getting a lot darker than I did on that one. So, as light or dark as you would like it, maybe we'll just go darker on this, and I am planning on using the Sweet Sugar Plum ink on the sentiment for this one, because instead of putting the happy birthday to a very special person, I'm going to go ahead and make this one a Happy Mother's Day card, because I think that would make a nice Mother's Day card. So there's our finish. Actually, I kind of like how dark that is, but it might dry a little lighter too. So then go ahead and I'm going to quickly breeze through these. Have all of our flowers done here, and I'm thinking that one of the reasons why they might have been a little darker this time around than they were earlier today was it was the second time I used the Q-tip, because I just used the same Q-tips I used on my first one. So this one's just slightly darker. That's okay. Some might like it a little darker, some might like it on the lighter side. But now we're going to go ahead and just add these on to our cardstock here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put them in the same order that I have them on the other one. And I put these two bigger ones on with the fast screws. This one I put up, so it's kind of, we gotta have room for our sentiment. And this is my sentiment piece that I already have cut, and it's at a 2 1/4 by 3/4, and so that's gonna fit like right up there. So I can go ahead and put this flower right about there. This one I put on with Stampin' Dimensionals, and I believe I used, let's see, can I tell? I used 2. Okay, and let's try to square it right in the middle of our piece here. And there we go, our sentiment. And I I believe I put 3 on the back. I did, but that's a bigger sentiment, so I think we'll just do 2 on this one. 2 Stampin' Dimensionals. And then our card is done on the outside, and I have it. Oops! And it's jumping around on me. Okay, right there. That looks good. Okay, and then if you want to do the inside, on this one I just did the bigger. I went ahead and did the bigger, playing with the outline. Did them in the same color as my base, so I did them in macaron, and they give it a nice background shadow with the lines over it. So there's that, and you can do the same thing in your card. So there's our happy birthday to a very special person, happy Mother's Day cards that are very sparkly, very shiny, and oh so pretty. This week I do plan on doing a Facebook event on my Facebook page, so to get more details about that, I'll have that all up there very soon. I hope to get something settled on that tonight. But I hope you enjoyed coming and creating this card with me today, and I hope you'll come back again to create with me soon. Thanks. Have a nice night. Bye.